Hey guys, how's it going? I'm EG Magnum, and here we go. Another week, another suit. We have the Acguy guy. That is insane. I'm really happy that we got the one that has both sets of tentacles, or just didn't have two sets of machine guns and stuff, or beams or whatever. I can't remember whatever it shoots, but we got the Vulcan head as its primary weapon, as well as its melee whips as primary weapons as well, so you can get up to the level 3 of both. It is a 250 to 350 suit right now with 3 levels. Raid, of course. Yeah, it has heat rod, essentially attack like the Goof. Pretty cool. We'll go ahead and watch the video here. And yeah, pretty solid. So got to play alongside one real quick before I got offline, but its melee is insane. It's absurd area in front of it. So yeah, that was the heat rod style, and that was its downswing. So it can actually hit multiple times. There you go, boom, boom, for its downswing. But you can do multiple melees. It actually has, for skills, a melee combat controller, so you have 2 swings of your whips, which is pretty legit. That's kind of insane. It does have maneuver armor, anti-blast, stealth, special head buffer, emergency evasion, so it has maneuver armor and a dodge roll. Pretty much like the Acguy, as far as what the Acguy got for buffs. So spoilers on one of the things we're about to look at. And yeah, it feels good. I mean, it looks kind of insane. Oh yeah, and that downswing, just the area that it covers in front of it is huge. So you take out like 5 suits probably with the area. Also, I've been informed that where it does kind of have that piercing kind of swing, apparently you can actually destroy bases with this thing's attacks really easily. I'm really curious to see if I can cheese, with this if I get one. So, kind of cool. Here's the cosmetic stuff for the 10 spin that they put in it. Pretty legit. And we have the GM Sniper 2 level 3 and the Gelgoog ground type BD level 3. 500 cost. Cool additions to have in. Overall, probably going to be a sleeper banner for me. Probably not going to spin, but I definitely want this thing at some point. It is a 2-star, so it's kind of hard to get. So we'll just wait and see. But yeah, really cool. Cool stuff so far. Here's the banner for the White Dingo and the Gogu ground type. What else do we have? I think that's pretty much the biggest. Oh yeah, ticket shop stuff under this one. Zagak E level 3 is in the ticket shop. The Assault Gun Tank level 2 and the G-Line Light Armor level 2 is also in the ticket shop. Cool additions. The Gundam Pixie level 3 is in the DP store, and they just buffed the level 3. There's also the Dom High Speed Experimental Type level 1, and I feel like they're missing something again, which I can quickly look, but overall, the experimental feels pretty good. Pretty solid suit. The Zagak E just got buffed recently, so can recommend. It's the Zaku Heavy Arms level 2 is also in the DP store, so I'm really glad I actually looked and decided to see what that is. But anyway, back to looking at this. The Dom High Speed good, Pixie good, both feels pretty good. G-Line Light Armor, really solid suit, and the Assault Gun Tank level 2 is, in my opinion, still really good. The level 1 I feel got nerfed a little too hard. The level 2 really didn't get touched at all, so can recommend. Well, pretty much any of these. Maybe the Zagaki is actually the weakest, but it's definitely fun and better. I might recommend getting the level 1 or level 2, which I think you can get in the DP store first, before getting the Zagaki level 3 with ticket. Now, here's the big part of the patch notes here, and we'll go ahead and try to cover this as quick as possible. both for, well, my sanity and your sanity as well, but I kind of need to get to bed. Got to be up early tomorrow. Mark II. So pretty much the big thing here was they felt that the generals were doing way too much at 500 cost. They kind of wanted to nerf those, which I didn't think they would nerf them. But since they put the Gelgu ground type VD in here, it's got a buff. So let's go over that first. It got the special leg buffer level 1. Level 2 unit thruster increased. So at level 2 it got better stuff. You got the special leg buffer level 2 at level 2, and the level 2 and up got a increase in thrust. Feels nice. Pretty good. And we got a nerf. I don't think this is enough, but I'll take what I can get. And the Rick Diaz got a nerf as well. And this is at all levels, so 5% at level 1 for the Mark II for its melee. And Rick Diaz got a nerf of 3% for its ranged. That's kind of interesting. Now, here we go. Big buffs. Really cool stuff here. I kind of feel like a couple of things might need some extra stuff, but in my opinion, the Acguy got overtuned, actually, with this one. The 200 cost, I say the other stuff works, for sure, but I don't think it compares. I think this is now hands down the best 200 cost raid you can get. So the Acguy at level 1 has 11,000 health. The GM light armor has 8,750. The Zaku 1 has 10,500. The GM light has maneuver armor. Well, this has maneuver armor. The Zaku 1 doesn't. This has a dodge roll. So it has both. Zaku 1 just has a bazooka. This has missiles. It has the Vulcans, which, by the way, missiles fire faster and reduce recovery time after you use them. You can follow up with melee. The Vulcans, you can run around. You pretty much aim very easily, and you stagger pretty quickly, and then can melee. The melee is easier to hit now, like way easier to hit. It's crazy, actually. And the increased movement speed from left to right, and when retreating, allows you to easily get the Vulcans off. Pretty insane. Got the special head buffer level 1. Kind of surprised it didn't have that already, but I mean, not the biggest deal. Didn't really use it, to be honest. And 50 to 55 thruster increase. So this is insane for a 200 cost suit. Just saying. Yeah. I mean, just this alone would have made it feel a whole lot better, but that is just absurd. So, yeah. Feels good. Maybe too good. Okay, so the Freak Kai. This one's pretty generic. Again, it was already a pretty solid suit, so we'll see if the maneuver armor can help it. But it got maneuver armor level 2 at level 4, and force injector 2 at level 4. Thruster increased by 5, and health increased by 1,250. Not bad. Pretty solid. Now, do I think this brings it in par with everything? I don't know. I'm not completely convinced. We'll see. Gundam Unit 5, though, I'm really happy with this because I like using its Gatling gun. So at level 2 and level 3, its Gatling gun got increased in damage. And that's not a small increase by any means. And reduced recovery time from using it. So when you get done, you're just up and you're moving. That's amazing. It did get 1,000 health, which I'll take it. Hell yeah. Pixie. And oh yeah, by the way, that health is at all levels. Pixie got 10 thruster. I was kind of hoping it would get more, to be honest. Maneuver armor level 2. So, yeah. Pretty good for the Pixie. I like it. Now this one's kind of interesting. I was expecting some different changes. But, yeah. They're doubling down on what the GAN is and what it does. The big thing is the bombs travel faster and they go farther. And I did a little testing. You can actually shoot one, and they actually do travel at an okay speed. you have a good chance of hitting somebody with one now. They have reduced weapon switching time for the beam saber, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, overall felt pretty good. But this is what I did not expect. Now for the side swings and the down swing, it's got more damage. What? It's insane. So this thing can pretty much one-shot anything now. Probably any general. Yeah, I would probably go as far as to say you could probably one-shot any general if you get a full combo off. That is gross. Increased turning speed, which is really cool, especially if you're going to combo with the bombs and stuff. Increased speed when moving at high speed, so you can get around and boost faster. And movement speed when retreating on ground has been increased. And they also granted it the high spec AMBAC, which is pretty nice. And it got 4 more long distance part slots. Can't complain there. Pretty nice. So we can throw a little more health on it is probably what I'm going to use it for, to be honest. Okay, Goof Custom. Now, they've been trying to buff the Goof Custom, but I think now is where it's finally looking really good. They gave it a lot of defense here with the ranged and beam anti-ranged and beam. So that's pretty nice. 25 and 20 now. And the level 5's also got increased from all this. The speed increased by 5, which is always nice. And they gave it the medium range part slot and long part slot has both went up. Medium by 3, long by 3 as well. Maneuver armor level 2, and this again is at level 4, by the way. And they granted it the new thruster output increase level 2 and increased turning speed. Let's go ahead and just show what that is, because here's another one. Level 1 and level 2 is high speed movement increased by 5, and then level 2 is high speed movement increased by 10. Okay, so looks pretty cool. I like it. Now, here's one that I feel like they might have been able to do more, but maybe they just didn't want to push it. But I feel like it needs maybe 1 or 2 more things. But let's go ahead and look at it. The full armor Thunderbolt, in my opinion, was the worst, one of the worst, top 5 worst suits in the game before this patch. Yeah, feels bad, man. Like any general type could just shred this thing at 1100 or 11,000 health. Now 14,000 though, so that's nice. It got more short range parts, so now 8 from 4, and this has been up to all levels. It got maneuver armor level 2, which is really nice. Played 1 game in this, by the way, on a custom. Feels pretty good now. I would still say it might need a couple of upgrades, but forced injector level 2. That's pretty cool. Increased collision judgment between melee attacks. So it's easier to melee. I can tell because I'm actually getting hit by them now. So before I remember getting swung at by, and I'm in a staggered Zeong, and they would miss. So yeah, they were hitting me when I was flying around with this thing, which I guess is about as big as a Zeong, but still, they were hitting me. Feels good. And then they have the attack mods for its melee up. Now we have the twin beam rifle. The heat rate is reduced, so you can get a solid 2 shots off, and then it's overheated. If you wait a second, you might pull off a, maybe get a third out, I don't know. We'll have to check on that one. Increased the bullet speed though, definitely felt a whole lot better, and reduced weapon switching time. Increased the bullet speed of the 5-tube rocket, which felt good as well. Reduced reuse time, which also felt good. And reduced weapon switching time. Outstanding. Increased staggering accumulation value for the missiles, which also felt good. Reduced rate of fire, which didn't really feel like it was reduced at all. And reduced weapon switching time. So far, everything just feels better to swap around and better to use. Missile bay. Power increased. Kind of nice. I just realized what this is now. Range has been increased though to 450. Reduced blur when shooting. So I'm gonna have to try the missile bay again because kind of curious if this actually buffs the missile bay for all 4 armors. Still felt like the normal missile bay and kind of was meh. But yeah, we'll have to give that one another shot, see how it feels. But yeah, the distance range is kind of interesting because normally you shoot them and they go spread out in all directions. I wonder if you can actually hit something with that thing now. Gonna have to go test that one out. I'll definitely try to get that in tomorrow because tomorrow is going to be space again. So if I can get that in before the podcast, I'll talk about that on there. Large beam cannon feels good. Pretty much speed felt good, recovery time felt good, and switching time felt good. It was just boom, shoot, move on. There you go. It was like move, and you were good. It was outstanding. BD2, I feel like it's going to actually be relevant in those higher costs now because 1000 health, that's always nice. Of course, it has exam with all those benefits. Melee mod from 36 to 43. There we go. That's the big thing. I feel like it actually has some relevant damage with that now. Outstanding. The unit's thrust increased by 5 and gained maneuver armor level 2. So, I feel like the BD2 back tip-top shape. Definitely going to be back in there. So, again, that's level 3. That's 500 and up is the main thing for these changes. And again, here we go. Proto Gundam. I was expecting a little bit more until I saw the changes to the actual resistances. So, health went up by 250, but the resistances went up by a decently significant amount. So that should give it more survivability. A thruster increase, giving it more utility for moving around. Maneuver armor level 2. And it gave the thruster output increase level 1. Get around there faster. Should feel good. I still feel like this is going to be one of the lower performing raids at that cost. But, you know, every little bit helps. Hopefully this feels at least relevant enough to use. And his downswing, of course, as always, is brutal AF. I'm always scared to see one. I'm a support main, so fair enough. Gundam G3. Level 2, units HP increased from... This is level 2 and up. To 15,750, so that's 1,000. And that's adjusted at all levels. Now this is... level 3 is also included for this one. The mid-range part slot goes 17 to 18. And long range goes 4 to 7. For the G3. The G3 needs a lot of love, and I don't know if this is enough, but it did get a dodge roll, so that's definitely going to be something. So it's even more reliable on how utility and tanky it is, I guess, is the best way to put that. So maybe this will continue with that. I still see some pretty good plays come out of him, so I believe he can do it. Now the beam rifle. They tried to buff it once, but I don't think it was enough. And this time, it might actually be. We got 1,000 damage, or sorry, 100 damage on its power increase. Shortened the focus time and reduced the heat rate of the focus time. They didn't touch anything with the heat rate of the focus time before, but shortened it and reduced the heat rate. It's going to be a big deal for actually staggering stuff. And they increased the staggering accumulation value during normal / focus shooting. So I'm curious to know if this can somehow stagger out of maneuver armor for certain things. That'd be kind of interesting to see if it can actually break maneuver armor of, like, say, a comfort. So kind of looking forward to seeing how that works. But you should be able to stagger just by normal shooting now as well, from what this is saying. So looks good. So yeah, that's the list of raid buffs. I am terrified as a support player. But yeah, they nerfed the Mark II, about time. They nerfed the Rick Diaz. Kind of feels bad on that one. But so far, so good. Anyway, guys, this has been a little bit long one. But thanks for watching. The usual stuff will be in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. Let me know what you guys think about the changes. Are you hoping they're going to do some stuff for all types? Or are they just going to do this for stuff like raids? Now, I will say this was kind of in reaction to the overall just lack of raids because, well, the Mark II exists, and it pretty much had enough melee damage to act as a raid against the support and get the same job done. So, anyway, that'll be it for this one, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. Have a good one. Peace.